The Lord is thy shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I lie down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water, them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I Rasta, I go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil, for thy rod and thy staff, them comforted I and I. Uno prepared a table before I in the presence of our enemy, them. Uno anointed I head with no oil, me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy, I go follow I all the days of I Ivan. May I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah. Kadamawe Grumabea Tela E Igzag Beer Tanayistalina Bashante Shante 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 Kadamawe Grumabea Tela E. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Black Rasta. Now, in every traditional African home, there is a black pot, and each time this black pot sits on the fire, there is something super sumptuous cooking. Ingredients of so many different shapes, sizes, colors, aromas, and even flavors. Abandon and relegate all their differences into some little corner and jump into the black pot, relocating permanently to be subjected to some good eating. Then they produce food by this collaboration. Ironically, the black pot and the ingredients do not even partake in the eating of the food. It is us, the eaters, who do. Yet every time these two wonderful entities, the black pot and the ingredients, will rise to the occasion, producing food that they do not even taste, to the glory of man and womankind. What kind of lesson are we able to pick from this? It's a lesson of selflessness, where we are told to think generation, where we are also taught to give more so we can receive more, to serve others in order to serve ourselves, where service to mankind is translated as service to self, the nation always thrives. Can you write this down? I am saying, where service to mankind translates into service to self, the nation thrives. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. I am most interested in one thing, and that thing is that without patriotism, no nation would ever develop. Without patriotism, it is no more a nation, it's an empty box. This is the Black Pot, aka Kukushonomo. Shall we all be generational thinkers? Shall we all plant trees rather than pepper and even onion that we will harvest in just one season, because we are so selfish to plant trees that take so long to grow, because we believe we might not live long enough to benefit from the fruits and even the shades of these trees. This is what we talk about right here in the Black Pot. It's all about patriotism. Here we don't do politics. Here we do not do religion, and we do not do sports. You will not hear insults on this show. This show is full of decorum. And here we do not criticize, never. But if we must criticize, we do that on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we say we are in the service of God and country. This is the Black Pot, is the voice of the people. And I'm most excited to be with you. At this point, I want to say thank you so much to all of you, having allowed us into the comfort of your homes. And wherever you find yourself, a lot of you, we appreciate you. Some of you are working, and at the same time you are watching us. Some of you are even driving, but you have put it on audio so you can hear everything. Hey, we never take you for granted. Please share this broadcast. Hit on the notification bell so that many times that we come your way, you would be told, in fact, all the times. Share the broadcast and encourage others to be part of this. If you have not subscribed to this channel yet, this is the opportunity to do that. This is a firebrand show. Oh yes, in the service of God and country. Our channel, as in YouTube, is called Blakk Empire Media. And Black is spelled B-L-A-K-K. Yes, we are also on Facebook. And our name on Facebook remains the same, Blakk Empire Media. Black is B-L-A-K-K. I want to say thank you so much for joining us. Remember to share the broadcast. Remember to send in your comments. Remember to like it. We shall read your comments twice on this show. Now, how many of you want to travel outside the country? You want to go on tourism. Maybe some of you even want to go out and work. Tell me, where do you want to go? Do you want to go to Kenya? Maybe you want to go to South Africa. Maybe you want to go to Australia. Maybe you even want to go to Algeria. How about Cameroon? How about the beautiful land of Angola? Maybe you want to travel to those places. Maybe you even want to travel outside Africa. You want to go to the UK, Canada, Australia, and even the Schengen states. I'm talking about Germany. I'm talking about Poland. I'm talking about Belgium. I'm talking about the Netherlands and even more. But you don't just want to go out there as a tourist and come back like that. You want to also go and work for some time, make some money before you return home and maybe build some businesses. What do you do? Are you a mason or a bricklayer? Are you a carpenter? Are you a welder? Maybe you are even a painter. Maybe you are a singer. Maybe you are even a driver. Maybe you are a doctor or a nurse or a teacher. Maybe you just have your strength and you can pack boxes. You can also clean. No problem. Now the good news is that Prudi Workforce is here and they are located right there at the taxi rank inside Medina near the Eco Bank. And their digital address is showing on the screen. Call them on these numbers. They will take you to any destination you want to go to. Is it Europe? Is it America? Is it Africa? Hey, and they will make sure that you find work to do. Now the good thing is that they will get you your visa. They would also get you your plane ticket. But I won't tell you everything. You are ready to make money. You are ready to go on tour and enjoy yourself. Take nice pictures and come home with some cash in your hand. All you need is a passport size photograph of yourself. And then you also need the bio page of your passport, the photocopy, and a bank statement. Don't be frightened about bank statement. Even if you have 0 CDs in it, don't worry. They will give you free air tickets, free accommodation. Hey, and this is the digital address showing right now. Go and see things for yourself, prove things for yourself. And when you see that it is so genuine, then you know that 1 foot of yours is already on your trip. You want to go to South Africa? I also want to go to South Africa. Maybe Australia to see the kangaroos. Oh, yes. But you want to work as well. Yes, do some small work. No problem. Remember, when you go, you must return. That is the key word to help the nation grow. This is the Black Pot, a.k.a. AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. And my name, Blakk Rasta. Come here! Now, today we have 4 stories we want to look at. And I need us to pay serious attention to this. The first story runs on your screen. Watch it. We're taking you to the Ghana Parliament. Watch this. And it says what? I am no lame duck. AKUFO-ADDO to BAGBIN. Who is BAGBIN? BAGBIN is the Speaker of Parliament. This is the man. Last week he described the president as a lame duck. And you know who a lame duck is? It's a statement that means that you are weak and you cannot do anything. That's a lame duck, incompetent, powerless. That's a lame duck. Why did BAGBIN, the Speaker of Parliament, call the president a lame duck? He said the president is in a very precarious situation right now. His vice president is running as the flag bearer of his party, the NPP, and for that matter, he is concentrating more on his campaign rather than helping and pushing the nation and the president to achieve the goals that they set themselves up to achieving. Number 2, the majority so-called in parliament, almost every member is not making it to the parliament house anymore because they all want positions in the new government should Bawumia win. So what are they doing? They are all trying to catch the eye of Bawumia. They are following him round on campaign trails. So the president is just a walking corpse, a lame duck. He doesn't have power in the parliament house, neither does he even have the so-called executive power. After all, his vice president is on his own. I think he made a lot of sense. But Mr. President did not take kindly to this and he decided to respond. Watch this, my youth. He says, my power to make decisions intact. A lame duck has no power. That is why the president is saying, my power to make decisions intact. And this is AKUFO-ADDO telling speaker for calling him lame duck. My Joy Online published this. Watch this. President AKUFO-ADDO has refuted assertions by the Speaker of Parliament that he has become a lame duck president following the election of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia as the new Patriotic Party flag bearer for the 2024 election. According to him, he will continue to serve as president of the country until January 7, 2025, as stipulated by the 1992 Constitution of Ghana. Speaker of Parliament BAGBIN on Tuesday, November 21, urged the government to collaborate with the minority side to avoid potential stalemates. Now, the former Nadoli Kalio lawmaker suggested that with Bawumia's election, there would be a shift in loyalties towards him, and MPs might be neglecting their obligations to the incumbent president, AKUFO-ADDO, whom he referred to as a lame duck administration. I expect the majority, who have a limping majority leader, limping because when you look at his back, you are less than those in front of you. My God have mercy. This man is full of terms. You have a lame duck president. A lame duck because you have elected a flag bearer and loyalty and commitment are shifting. So your president is now a lame duck president. You need this side of the house to support you to finish your 8 years. And so if you don't behave well, we have a difficulty in proceeding as a nation, he said. Remember, he said, proceeding as a nation, the bigger picture first. Watch this. However, whilst addressing a gathering of chiefs and residents in Nima, Accra, President Adodankwa AKUFO-ADDO affirmed that he remains in charge of the country until January 7, 2025, as prescribed by the Constitution. Speaker BAGBIN says, I am a lame duck. Well, that is his language. I am still the president of the republic and I will continue to do so until January 7, 2025. I have no doubt that the power to make decisions and to carry out policies is still firmly in my hands, and I am not going to let it go. So I don't know what he is talking about when he says I'm a lame duck president. I am not a lame duck president. President Adodankwa AKUFO-ADDO stated. Leave his photograph there. You see, Mr. President, with all respect, BAGBIN spoke in a certain context. You failed to understand that context. You know what he said? He said that you are a circumstantial lame duck. Circumstances have made you a lame duck. And he gave two very important circumstances. You have nominated or voted in a flag bearer for your party, and loyalties have shifted from you to the new person. The same way when you were voted in as flag bearer, loyalties shifted from whoever was in charge to you. Now they want longevity in terms of their politics. They see a terminal death to your presidency. Your presidency is ending. In a year, you will cease to be president. You will never ever be president of this nation again by our constitution unless it is changed. BAGBIN is saying that because loyalties are shifting from you now to your vice president, and the fact that even in the parliament house, a lot of your MPs are now throwing their weight behind the elected flag bearer, you don't seem to catch the ear of the people anymore. He didn't say you didn't have the power to do anything. All he said was that circumstantially, you are a lame duck president. And that is correct. The people in parliament are those who are supposed to pass laws that you have put straight into parliament, right? The executive decides to bring some issue to the parliament for discussion. If your members in there, as described by BAGBIN, decide not to go to the parliament house because they are running after the flag bearer and trying to catch his eye, how would they pass these laws and policies that you are bringing to the parliament house with a limping majority leader? He's limping because a lot of his members are scattered following the elected vice president as a flag bearer. It makes sense, doesn't it? But Mr. President would make an anthill out of a molehill. Mr. President will refuse to see the reality and rather choose to behave like an ostrich. You can go around ranting and making all the noise that you have all the power and all that. Where it matters most, you will realize that you have lived in a fool's paradise. It's unfortunate, but that is the truth. All BAGBIN is saying is that for the interest of the nation, we have to do everything possible to make sure you finish your 8 years. I don't want you to finish your 8 years because I think that your presidency is so lousy, so corrupt, utterly corrupt. And therefore, I would like you to leave the seat as soon as possible. But BAGBIN thinks that you should finish your 8 years. And to finish your 8 years, you need your members in parliament intact. You need all the loyalty to be with you and not to be divided. But as it stands right now, he believes that you have a limping majority in parliament. And at the same time, the backbone of your support in parliament is broken. Finally, he thinks that when every eye was looking at you, things have changed. They have diverted all the attention and the gaze onto Bawumia, who is the flag bearer. So you are now like an orphan president. If lame duck is too strong, then you are an orphan president. Remember, I leave you with an African proverb. Where a king has no people following him, he is only taking a walk. In the land where the king has nobody following him, then he's only taking a walk. He's not leading. It's deep, isn't it? You must have a people that you rule. If there's nobody you rule and you think that you are leading, no sir, you are only taking a walk. Think about it. Mr. President, we wish you all the best and we hope that you can wave the magic wand and make Ghana better in the 1 year left, even though you couldn't do it in 7 solid years. It's the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. Dash and come here. Watch this. Next story, and this story is deep. It's deep. Oh yes, watch this. It says, lawyer SOSU throws blows at immigration officers over deportation. Do we all remember SOSU? This is a guy who is in parliament for the first time. I love him. In fact, he's a Zongo boy. When you meet him and speak with him, you realize that he's gone through all the vicissitudes of the Zongo and the vicissitudes of life. Come here. Hey! Jesus have mercy. Are you joking? This is SOSU. I've met him a number of times. I'm glad that he's in parliament. And I am hoping and praying that he'll be able to satisfy his people. My brother, my sister, he grew up in Ashaiman. He loves the people of Ashaiman. And some other places that he's also lived in. But today, we have something to say about SOSU. Lawyer SOSU has been a lawyer for some time. Remember, he was banned from practicing law in Ghana for some time. The word should be suspended. He was suspended. Because of a certain reason, I don't want to prolong this segment. So, after some time, he was brought back to do his work. But to suffice it, it was all about some money. He defended a certain client. And when the money came in, it looked like the Lawyers Association believed that he took the lion's share. And the person who was in a very deplorable state should have had more of the money. But he decided to take the lion's share. And then the lawyers agreed, the legal professionals agreed that he should be punished. They suspended him. But he returned. And when he came, he started practicing again. Then he went to compete as an MP. He won the seat on the ticket of the NDC and went in there. He's an MP right now. He's also practicing as a lawyer, the lawyer that he's always been. Last couple of weeks, he was caught on tape using unsavory words during a demonstration. Very nasty words, which he apologized for. I'm glad he did. And he referred to himself as a gutter boy from the annals and foundations of the Ghana state. He claimed that he's a Choco boy. He's a Jamestown boy. Oh, yes. And he used some very offensive words on tape, on TV. So many people criticized him. Well, the gentleman that he is, he came out and apologized. He said it was a slip of tongue. But SOSU has started throwing blows again. Now there is a woman that we talked about only last week. And she is the new forces spokesperson. Now there is this Kakamotobi party. As you can see them, that thing is called Kakamotobi in our parlance. The mask, that's the name, Kakamotobi. They have put billboards all over Ghana. We are told that it's the self-styled millionaire, Cheddar, Freedom, Jacob, Caesar. We hear he's the one behind this. As to whether that is true or false, we shall see in no time. This woman was shipped in all the way from Belgium. She came in and she's representing this party in terms of their PR. They don't call it a party, they say it's a movement. Wherever it is, they have political ambitions. So this woman was discovered by the immigration to have broken some laws, and therefore she was asked to come over to the immigration, where she was arrested and arraigned before court. You should have seen demonstrators right there in front of the court with placards, free so and so, free so and so, free so and so. We spoke about it, so we won't go too deep into it. We were told that she was granted bail, and I was wondering, you granted a bail, okay, what was the condition? Did you make a mistake? Lawyer SOSU is the one behind the legal issues of this woman. In other words, he's the lawyer defending this woman. Now watch what is happening. Watch this. Drama as new force spokesperson is rearrested for repatriation after prosecutors dropped charges. Did you hear that? Prosecutors dropped charges. But this woman has been arrested again. Is it not surprising? Oh, we've dropped the charges, and for that matter, you can go. The person walks away, only for the person to be rearrested and fresh charges brought up. In the legal profession, it is done. But it is a little bizarre, isn't it? Oh, you are free to go. Just as you are walking out, you are rearrested. There are some new charges against you coming. It's all a matter of semantics, legal semantics, right? The Ghana Immigration Service has revoked the residency permit of a spokesperson for the new force, Shalima Abuisi, to stay in the country. The Immigration Service says she is due for repatriation later today. Shalima Abuisi, who was first seen in the group's campaign video, was being charged with allegedly obtaining a student residency permit by false declaration. Run it, my youth. Earlier today, the state prosecutor dropped all charges against her, the state prosecutor. Now, the court also directed that the National Investigations Bureau release Miss Abuisi's iPhone 13 Pro that was seized during her arrest, since nothing incriminating was found upon thorough check. However, Miss Abuisi was rearrested outside the court premises by the Ghana Immigration Service. So, do you see that? Attorney General takes you on. They say, oh, we don't find anything incriminating in your phone, and you been here. And as she's going out, Ghana Immigration comes in. This led to an eruption of chaos between her legal representatives and the immigration officers who had come to whisk her away. According to the Immigration Service, her continuous stay in Ghana is illegal. Therefore, she is to be deported later today. Miss Abusi's parents were left shedding tears as their daughter was being transported away in the Immigration Service vehicle. Miss Abusi's recent legal battles, per the New Forces December 7 press release, raises serious concerns about power abuse, prosecution of perceived political opponents, and multiple human rights violations. That's what they are saying. So, I want to ask a question. They said she came into the country using false documents. She came into the country saying that she wanted to be a student on admission in a university here in Ghana. The university said that the papers were forged. They didn't find anything incriminating about forged documents, or did they lie to us that the documents were forged? We want to know. Again, what are our laws saying about foreigners interfering in our political system? I want to know. Because this woman is a Belgian. She is here and she's been given residence. Is she qualified to meddle in local politics? Did she meddle in local politics? These are the questions we are asking. But lawyer SOSU has the answers. He's also an MP. What is lawyer Xavier SOSU saying? Watch this. Watch SOSU in a scuffle with GIS, that's Ghana Immigration Service, as new force spokesperson is rearrested. You can see him there, wearing all black and pushing somebody. The lawyer representing the embattled spokesperson of the new force movement, Francis Xavier SOSU, clashed with officials of the Ghana Immigration Service, GIS, following how the officials rearrested his client, Shalima Abusi. The Belgian national was immediately arrested again after state prosecutors decided to drop charges against her. A video shared by Accra-based Joy News captured the intense confrontation between SOSU and GIS officers. The footage shows a visibly agitated SOSU engaged in a heated exchange and body confrontation, push, push, like that, with the immigration officials who were involved in Shalima Abusi's rearrest. Francis Xavier attempted to speak with his client, but the immigration service officers forcefully prevented him, to the extent that SOSU was pushed away from Shalima Abusi to make way for her to enter the waiting vehicle ready to carry her away. She could be heard expressing vehement complaints. He could be heard expressing vehement complaints about the officers' rough handling of his client and their interference, preventing him from having a conversation with her before she was placed in the vehicle. He repeatedly questioned the officers, saying, "Is that how you do your work?" As he also pushed one of the officers, a man who appeared to be senior in rank to those of the immigration officers there, directed them to quickly get the movement's spokesperson into the car, so they moved. Shalima Abusi's mother, who was also at the scene, was seen crying because her daughter was being taken away again. Well, what are our laws saying? I know that some people go to court, one law frees them, and as they move from the premises of the court, they are rearrested. You, the lawyers, know more. I couldn't speak with Xavier. I mean, he's a brethren of mine that I can speak with almost any time, you know? But this is the man saying that the rearrest is an international disgrace. This is what he said. The legal representation of Shalima Abusi, the spokesperson of the New Force movement, Francis Xavier SOSU, has condemned the circumstances surrounding the rearrest of his client, describing it as an act that brings international disgrace to the country. SOSU expressed the disappointment in the conduct of the immigration officers and raised concerns about the signals being sent to the international community. Speaking to the media after a scuffle with the officials from the Ghana Immigration Service, SOSU highlighted the treatment of the Belgian national, stating that it conveyed the wrong message to the global community. You came to the country to ask, you came to the court to ask the court you want the charges against the person to be dropped. The charges have been dropped and the person is discharged. And then you bundle her up as though she's a common criminal. If you really want the person in your office, we would come to the office after here. When the court told us earlier to be in your office 3 times a week, we were there every single day. What kind of international disgrace is this? Are we living in a democracy or are we in a jungle? He asked. Francis SOSU stressed on the importance of being mindful of the international implications of such actions, questioning how Ghanaians living abroad will react if their fellow citizens were treated similarly in foreign countries. Dash. So SOSU has a point. He's asking, why was the person treated like that? You were the same people who came to the court and said that you are dropping all charges. Then all of a sudden you arrest the person again. Of course, it's legal to arrest the person if they want to profess new charges against the person. Now the immigration is saying the woman is going to be deported, in their own words, repatriated immediately. Immediately. As we stand right now, she's probably in a plane being shipped back to Belgium. And what is their reason? Come here. Their reason is that her residential permit has been revoked. The permit has not expired. The permit has not died. It has been revoked. It's like a British visa. I can have a British visa and I get to England and they tell me at my point of entry that they have revoked my visa because I used insulting words on the plane against their country when I was coming. They can revoke that. That is why anytime they give you a visa, they tell you that this is not automatic entry into the country. Every visa tells you that. If you get a visa to America and you think that that's all in all, and you arrive in America, upon the point of entry, you are accosted. And you are told, Ross, you can't enter. Because we realize that you did A, B, C, D. For that matter, we have revoked your visa. We are sending you back to Ghana. It's happening to our citizens over and over. Mere suspicions have even been used to send back our citizens. This woman has had the support of the so-called new force. If the immigration is doing its work, I think it should be allowed to do the work. The question we should be asking is, why are they revoking her residential permit? Can they also tell us about the falsified documents she used in entering the country, or is it a national security issue? Because when they cannot explain anything in Ghanaian and Nigerian movies, they bring a ghost to end the whole movie. After all, a ghost can do anything. If you are trying to enter a security zone and it's not happening, there's no way you can enter, there's too tight. A cheap movie will end it by making somebody become a ghost. You come there, a ghost can break the wall, a ghost can jump, carry people in there, and the movie ends. Our security system in Ghana is that weak. Anything they can't explain, they tell you it's a security issue they don't need to explain to you. My brother, as SOSU said, we need to be careful of international laws. Much as I don't like to see foreigners come in and disturb us. Again, I do not want to see our own citizenry aiding foreigners to come here and abuse us. I would like to also say that we should not abuse international privileges and laws. It's the Blakk Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO. We're going to follow this issue very carefully and find out deep information as to the falsification of the documents that brought this woman here. But should I tell you, my guess? Should I tell you what I think? Okay, this is it. Now, the Ghana Immigration Service realized that Shalima Abuisi actually falsified documents and entered this country on the wrong footing with lies, falsified documents. It was upon these documents she got her residence permit. And now if they realize that she brought in falsified documents, fake documents, forged documents, then automatically the residential permit ceases to work. Any other thing that she got, any other privilege that she got from the falsified documents naturally die upon arrival. It's like you go to the American embassy, you get a visa. On your way to America, they realize that you brought fake documents to the embassy that granted you the visa. It's a matter of calling the people in America and also notifying you that your visa has been revoked. This is the same scenario that I believe the immigration is standing on. But we are going to verify it and bring you more information. In the interim, Ghana shall prosper. This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more. But I have a quote for you. Hey! Wayo! This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. Remember, if you want to travel to any country of your choice in the world, remember, any country in the world, Africa, Algeria, Kenya, you want to go to Burkina Faso, maybe you even want to go to Angola, maybe you even want to go to Swaziland, you want to go to Zimbabwe, but when you go, you still want to be able to work and make some money. So your holiday can be sweeter. So you can even come home with some cash to start some good business, right? Maybe you want to go to the UK, you want to go to Canada, you want to go to Australia, you want to go to the Schengen. It's not a problem. Prudie Workforce is here. Their specialty is to be able to make your holiday better. Whilst you are on holiday, you spend a few hours working. It depends on you how many hours you want to work. You make your money, and that's it. And the good thing is that they give you a free visa. They'll give you a free air ticket. They give you free accommodation. Oh, my God. But the feeding, you feed yourself. All you need is your passport. Yes. The bio page of your passport, make a photocopy of that and bring a passport-size photograph of yourself and a bank statement. Don't worry, even if you have 2 CDs in your bank statement. We want to be sure that you have a bank account. That is where your money is going to be put in. And much more. Again, there's a very important thing. When you travel all the way to the country of your choice, remember not to stay. Remember to return home and help build Africa. You are only going on holiday, tourism. You are getting the opportunity to work and make some money. What is your specialty? Are you a carpenter? Are you a roofer? Are you a painter? Are you a bricklayer, a mason? Maybe you are an electrician. Maybe you are a welder. Maybe you are even a doctor or a nurse or a teacher. This is your opportunity. Take the numbers on the screen and call Prudie Workforce. Oh my God. Now they are located right there inside Medina, the taxi rank, near the Eco Bank. Oh yes, and this is their digital address. Pick it up and you'll find them wherever you go. Make sure you tell them that Black Rasta directed you to them. This is the Black Port, aka Kukushonomo, where we speak truth to power. Come here, my Lord. Next story. And the next story is rolling on your screen. It says, Rasta student disgraces Achimota school. Attorney General. There was a tweet that came out this morning. This is the Rasta student. And his name is, you see the name there? Iras Tyrone Magai. This is the tweet I was talking about. Come and let's read it together. It says what? Because of elitist arrogance and backward conservatism, a whole attorney general fought this extraordinarily brilliant boy in court to prevent him from gaining admission to Achimota school. Shame on him and all who thought like him. He had 8 A's. And the person who tweeted that thing, bring that tweet back. Look at the name very carefully. Felix Kwachi Ofosu. He's a member of the NDC. He's a politician. There was a time he was even a deputy minister of state. True? This is Felix Kwachi Ofosu. This is what he tweeted. And watch the results. Watch what he had. Look at it. Integrated Science, A1. English, A1. Social Studies, A1. Hey, what else? Mathematics, elect, A1. Chemistry, A1. Physics, A1. Information and Communication Technology, A1. I'm sure if they had even added God Studies and Mami Water Studies, he would have still had A1. We all remember this young man. Yes, we all remember him. Tyrone Magai Iras. That's his name. I personally took interest in this issue. Followed all the way to Achimota school. Dropped a few bombs in that school. Went to his house. This house, you see that? You see something like a car at the back of the house? This is where they sleep. He and his father and wife and other children. They sleep in a bus. What they call, what is it called? A moving house. My brother, my sister, that's where they live. They are not rich. The father does everything possible to be able to raise his children. He used to be in Germany. The father is a dreadlock Rasta. This boy standing here plays the drums, he plays the guitar and the bass. And when he sings, you think an angel is singing. Brilliant academically as well. He got admission to enter Achimota with another student, Oheneba. My brother, my sister. He got to the school. They gave him admission, everything. And when he arrived, they said, we didn't know your hair was like this. Is that your hair? He said, yes, that's my hair. Why are you wearing this dirty hair? He said, it's not dirty hair. We are Rastas. Please, we are Rastas. So what? We don't allow this kind of dirty hair here. He said, it's not dirty hair. My father is Rasta. I am a triplet. I have 2 sisters. They are all Rastas. My family is a Rasta family. He said, no, we don't take Rastas here. If you want to be Rasta, shave your hair. And Khan said, hey, we couldn't take it. We fought them through bombs in the school, missiles in the school, verbal missiles. We went from media house to media house to the point that the Attorney General even came into the issue. We took the matter to court. Raswayo did this case, my brother, my sister, pro bono. We won the case. We danced and jubilated. While students were in Achimota school studying, we were busy running in the court. And this boy was missing his lessons. Finally, they were on my radio show as well. Everybody knows that. There's no way you can talk about the story of this man without mentioning Black Rasta, without mentioning some other wonderful Rasta people involved in this issue. I was the first to pick up this issue because of my proximity to the Rasta. When Achimota refused him, I was the first person the parents called and I put it out on radio. And then the brouhaha became huge. I'm glad that we won. When he got to Achimota school, they were going for the prestigious science and math quiz. And this boy proved that, in fact, he was a smart student. Achimota school put him in there to represent the school after rejecting him and his dirty hair. He went and sat there. They went all the way to almost winning that prestigious title. My prayer was that they should have won it. They couldn't. They missed it by just a whisker. Tyrone Magai Iras, that's his name. Even his name tells you that he's a Rasta man. But he continued in the school. Those who chastised him. Teachers who discriminated. But I always spoke with him. There was a time I was even bringing him to come and live with me, to be able to mentor him and also push him. But he decided that he would still be in the school and pay regular visits at home. That was what he did. And then when the results came, there's a video I want to show you. When it came out that the results had come, he went to sit down there with some family members to look at the results that he got. Watch what happened. Now the results started coming out, and he looked at it. Hey, he looked at it. Look, bam! The whole place is in crisis. Everybody's running. He had 8 A's. Everybody jumping. Everybody happy. Hey. Still. Excitement. After the examination, he called me and said, Daddy, we have finished writing. I said, how did you fare? He said, well, a couple of the papers were a little hard, but, we wrote. I said, I wish you all the best. When the results come out, tell me. He called me at 1 a.m. early this morning to tell me that the results had come and he had made it. And it's all over in the news. Rastafarian Achimota student Tyrone Magai Iras scores 8 A's in Wasi. And watch, one of the students who became the center of school admission controversy back in 2021, Tyrone Iras Magai, has excelled in the just ended West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, WASSCE. The Achimota school science student scored 8 A's in the 2023 edition of the examination. A video shared on social media showed the Rastafarian in the company of others huddling around the computer to check his results after WAEC released it nationwide. Boom. Attorney General went to court. There was even an appeal whilst he was in school. Now that he has completed, will the court still sit on this? Look at the trauma he had to be taken through. Sometimes even personal issues with his father, which got into the media. Sleeping in this box there. You have no excuse to fail. I want to say congratulations to all of us, those who fought the case, those who went from radio station to TV station advocating, to parliamentarians who saw this as nauseous and that he should be allowed to go to school. Sam George is one person I will salute, and some other such MPs. I want to say thank you so much, and to those who believed in the Rasta. But some people are asking, how about the other Rasta? He is yet to write. He left Achimota because he felt that, the way people were treating him, there was still discrimination. So he left Achimota and went to another school. Do I need to tell you that? For security reasons, I leave it. But it's an international school. He had scholarship. Now, the good news is that some foreign schools, in fact, American schools, have already written to Tyrone Magai Iras and Oheneba, the other Ras, to continue their schooling in America. If they don't return, will we blame them? But the good news is, super good news, they are Rastas. They will return like I returned. It's the Black Pot, AKUFO-ADDO. So long Babylon a fight we, so long. So long Babylon a fight we, so long. But the enemies can fight we. We coming with the mighty power, so long. So long Rasta man a call you, so long. So long Rasta man a call you, so long. But the enemies can fight we. Them a go down upon a earth, oh Lord. This one goes out to you. It's the Black Pot. Hey! Wayo!
Blackpot, Kuku Show.
This is the Black Pot, aka AKUFO-ADDO, and here we speak truth to power. I love you. You know I love you, right? You know I love you, right? All right, so let your messages come in. Come here! Watch this. Ras Green says, the Rasta man. Asma Banda one says, good afternoon, my legend, Black Rasta. And the crew, good afternoon to you, Asma Banda one. Ras Green says, fire, Eyoja. Wanini Boy says, good evening, Black Rasta. Keep speaking truth to power. Finally, we are live. Share and share the broadcast. Oh, yes. Tahir Ibrahim says, Odonkwa, Eyodo. Hail Marcos says, enough respect to you, my king. Black Rasta, I am glad to catch up with you live today. Teach, Black Rasta. Teach, I will miss you, Hail Marcos. Trust me, we truly miss you. Hail Marcos said, I listen to your show every day on my lunch break right down here in Denver, Colorado. I love you, my king, Black. Love, Hail Marcos. The love is mutual. Trust me. Kwabena Amwa says, God bless you, Black Rasta. I have been following you since your days in Takrade, when I was a little boy till today. Kai, then you are a true Kuchoko soldier. Keep on speaking the truth, and some of us, we are following your footsteps, and we are proud. Bugri Francis says, good evening, Black Rasta. Please, Black, why is it that musicians can smoke weed in public and won't be arrested, but the ordinary ghetto youth are being arrested over weed? Help me understand. Hey, Bosu. Wayoy. That's all I can tell. Wayoy. Don't see it like that. If you see it like that, you won't get it like that. Don't see it like that. We are all equal before the law. Even if the president smokes, he has to be arrested. If you see musicians not being arrested, it means that the police officers around just decided to ignore. But a time is going to come when nobody would even arrest you for using your holy sacrament. Hallelujah. All right. Fakir Bello says, Black, keep up the good job. I never miss a day without listening to you. You are full of wisdom, all the way from Boston, Massachusetts. Blessed love, my brother. Samuel Noy says, I like Black Rasta because he always preaches the truth. The truth is bitter, but it must be told for the betterment of our nation. Love. Fakir Bello says, Black, do you think we should accept dreadlocks in our high schools? We cannot use one person as a yardstick for millions of our brothers in high school. let's take life steps. Hold it there. Fakir, what's wrong with dreadlocks? What's wrong with it? You have Indians and Chinese carrying their long hair and all that. That's okay. What's dreadlocks? It's my hair that I decided that I won't comb and I won't cut. That's it. It's my hair. I just decided that I won't cut and I won't comb. That's it. If we live in a nation that says that religion is free, freedom of religion, and you tell me that dreadlocks should not be allowed in schools, very soon they will tell you that even people with beard, sunnah, al-sunnah, cannot go to the school. That's somebody's fate. I know people who were born with natural locks. In Nigeria, some of them are called Dada. Don't discriminate. We are all children of the Most High and children of the nation. Yes, but look at the honor he has brought there. He's not the only one. There are a lot of Rasta people around the world who have brought honor. Rastas are some of the most well-behaved people. Now, the thing that makes you behave very well as a Rasta man, one of them is the fact that you have your dreadlocks, so you are easily noticeable. What other people would do and go scot-free, you, when you do it, you are caught. So you are always taking guard. You don't know this. Hi! I was working with my friends in my days when I just started my locks. They could just stand by the gutter. My tank could be full to the brim. I couldn't do that. You go and stand and try to open your zip. Oh, Rasta! Rasta! Oh, Rasta! Why you for do this, Rasta? Meanwhile, 500 Sakura people have already come to pee there. One Rasta man, 1 million people are already shouting, you're Rasta! Why? Because they know the caliber of person you are. You are a man of peace. Oh, yes. There are some people who are prejudiced about Rasta. But Rasta is Rasta. Right? Run it, my youth. Abu Rahim says, thank you for speaking truth to power. Kambadi Samsidin says, when wisdom is speaking, still, some will not understand. My former MP deserves to be president one day. I pray that one day this will come to pass. I'm proud of him. And I'm sure that Kambadi Samsidin from Wa is talking about Alban BAGBIN. Sumana Kingsford. Dobby Osman says, who is a lame duck like this president? He should let our ears rest more, because the inconsistencies in him are too much. What a hypocritical government. Wow. TCJJ says, come here, my youth, in Black Rasta's voice. Dobby Usman says, good evening, Black Rasta. No one is bigger than the truth unless the person is truthful. It's a truthful being and not evil-minded. Dignity Combat says, oh, Black Rasta, you are inspiring many young men in Africa and beyond. I love you so much. Whenever you are online, I am no more hungry because you speak truth to power. Blessed love. David Panford says, Blakk, I could listen to you live today because your internet streaming went off. He said, I couldn't listen to you live today because your internet streaming went off. I'm sure he's talking about radio. Oh, wow. And you couldn't say it. Please tell the technician at 3FM that he should do better. From UK, Uppington. Oh, my God. Oh, so that's why today I couldn't get my UK people sending in messages. Oh, it was off. Oh, what a shame. I apologize for that. I apologize for that. I'm going to cut this piece. Jeff, cut this little piece for me. I'm going to send it to the radio station so they will see. All right. Is that all we have for today? All right. More messages coming in. All right. George Augustus Apia says, remember, English is a language, and that the so-called English people do fail English examination due to lack of understanding of their own language. So the president not understanding the grammatical content is not his fault because it's not up to the standard. Hey, Bosu. George Augustus Apia. The president speaks Shakespearean English. He understands lame duck. He just wants to but a pass more. You understand? Asma Banda says, hey, good evening, General Black Rasta. The speaker is saying nothing but the truth. May God save us from the low-budget government. And Kambadi Samsudin says, I strongly believe that old age is worrying our humble president. I don't want to disrespect old age, but old age is the cause of our president's failure. Well, that's an opinion. And I respect that opinion. Send more messages coming in. We have one more issue to look at and we are done for the day. Run it, my youth. Watch this. And this is the final thing we're looking at today. Ablakwa demands hidden 200,000 American dollars from government. This is Ablakwa. This man, I love him. He's the king of exposés. Next to Anas Armiyahu Anas. He exposed the dirty dealings in the cathedral. He single-handedly dismantled the foundations of the dirty cathedral. He exposed some people with dual identities, two-faced ghosts, and so on and so forth, to the point that the exposés made a lot of proper men of God leave the so-called cathedral project. Now they say they are building a new Jerusalem. What a shame. Well, he comes out with another expose. Government secretly applied for 200,000 Ghana dollars ECOWAS support for flood victims. Now he tweeted something. I want us to look at what he tweeted. Watch this. He tweeted this today. Whereas the AKUFO-ADDO Bawumia government concealed from Parliament and the Ghanaian people that they had additionally applied to ECOWAS for financial support for the Akosombo Dam spillage flood victims. Intercepted documents from the ECOWAS Commission show that ECOWAS has approved 200,000, that's 2.4 million Ghana cedis following Ghana's application. When Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta presented the 2024 budget on November 15, 2023, he only disclosed government's applications to the World Bank and the Global Shield Against Climate Risk Fund. Reference, blah, 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 blah. And he says this is despite having applied to the ECOWAS Commission some 2 weeks prior to the budget presentation in Parliament, as the intercepted documents from ECOWAS revealed. The NDC caucus in Parliament shall be promptly demanding full disclosure and total accountability on all government requests for funding submitted to international organizations and how these funds have been utilized. Wow. So that's it. That's the letter. We actually applied. And then, according to this, and this one is Honorable Eric Nana Ajiman Prempe, Director General, National Disaster Management Organization. And this one went all the way to Abuja, the 13th, written from Abuja, December 2013. December 13th. It says, request for support Akosombo Dam spillage victim. I refer to your letter reference, blah, 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 23 on the above mentioned subject. The President of the ECOWAS Commission acknowledges receipt of your letter and express its sincere sympathy and solidarity with the victims of the spillage of the Akosombo Dam. The President of the ECOWAS Commission notes with concern the magnitude of the disaster as evidenced in a report you attached, which shows about 36,000 persons were affected. In view of the huge humanitarian impact on the affected population, which forms part of ECOWAS's core criteria for humanitarian assistance, the Commission has approved the sum of 200,000 United States dollars. Dash it away. It's a shame that ECOWAS is still talking about American dollars and not talking about a common currency. What do you think? Why should ECOWAS, Economic Commission for West African States, be talking about dollars? We'll talk about that another day. Now, this is the money they got. And Ablakwa says, why didn't you disclose that? Were you trying to steal it or what? And when you read deeper, there are some things hidden in there. Ablakwa wants to know, what have you done with the money? Watch this. In addition, the Ministry of Finance, after the visit, was quickened to respond. We have requested funds from the World Bank under the IDA crisis response window, blah, 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 and nothing is mentioned about ECOWAS. And Ablakwa said, why? Did you intend to hide or steal the money? And it was captured by Ghana Web. Ghana Web. Yes, Ghana Web. Yes, Ghana Web. Ghana Web. That's what it is. Government secretly applied for 200,000 American dollars ECOWAS support for flood victims. That's what it is. Dash it. Well, I want to say thank you so much to Ablakwa, and I want to say that you are doing a yeoman's job. We encourage other MPs to do the same, and the citizens to also stand up and be vigilant. And then above all, we are advocating patriotism. If we all get patriotic, all these things will not matter. If it's one city I get, you get your share, every other person gets a share. No lion's share. Even if there's a lion's share, it means that they are deserving. To God be the glory. Final messages, and we are done. Nabong Pyramid says, good evening, Brother Blakk Rasta. Because of you, I am now a vegetarian. Wow. Wow. Oh, that's nice. Some of my people here are still not vegetarian. I hope that they will learn from you. Lenche, Jeff, like eating a lot of fish and all that. I think Lenche doesn't eat meat anymore. He eats fish. You know. Gradually, all of you should be vegetarians. You know, all of you. Yes. Now, Bon Pyramid says, I'm watching you live from Tumu. Thank you so much. He says, your influence is unmatched, brother. We say, bless you, senior. We say, bless you too. Jeff, are you okay? All right. So, Radiant Raid says, I hope she doesn't re-enter Ghana again like Asha Huang. From Togo or Ivory Coast. We have seen it before with that Chinese woman. I agree with you. Anas Mubarak says, I don't know if lawyer SOSU has seen our fellow African brothers here in Europe being deported. They are bundled like animals. But it doesn't mean we should do the same thing. I understand your point, Anas. Anas Mubarak says, we are not allowed to come and report ourselves to the immigration department. We are arrested and chained like common criminals and sent home. What the Adam says, I'm happy for the Rastafarian boy. At least he made some of us who supported him proud. But our schools must come out again. If you don't want to accept Rastafarians in our schools, that's fine. In fact, that's not fine. What the Adam says, but the law must cut across all. The same law should be applied to foreign students with long hair. Long live Ghana, long live Africa. Now, Bon Pyramid says, I'm really deeply in love with this show. Ever since I started following this show in May 2022, I can't afford to miss a single show. Keep the fire blazing. Thanks so much, Now, Bon Pyramid. We say, bless you. Alexander Kwesi says, Tuma. Blakk Rasta, Mabia, please, there's no human rights acts in Ghana, but animal rights, because our constitution and judicial makers are just readers and don't understand what they always practice. I'm watching you from Ontario, Canada. Don Paul says, foreigners in our politics, oh Ghana, we are our own problem. Romeo Ofori says, greetings, Professor Blakk Rasta. Blessed love. Akondo Guda says, I don't really support coup, but I think Ghana soldiers should bow their head in shame because of the way Nana Addo is behaving now. Well, I mean, you said you don't want a coup. So don't shame Ghana police for not starting a coup. We don't need a coup, honestly. We can impeach him. It's bigger than a coup, but a legal coup. Run things. That's all. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Today we didn't hear from Alaje Bunyurubu Shale Savulugu. Whatever it is, we love you and we appreciate you. It's been the Black Pot, a.k.a. Kukushodomo, where we speak truth to power. I love you. God bless you. We'll catch you again tomorrow, same time. Until then, hey! Wayo!